Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and those who have yet to make up your minds, and you really do not have to. It is the We Are You Morning Crew, ladies and gentlemen, and I am here with the one and only Lioness. Good morning, my love.
Good morning, George. How are you this fine morning?
I am great, grand, and glorious. I have no complaints.
Yes.
And we have the one and only birthday boy, JPaul. JPaul, good morning, sir.
Happy birthday and good morning.
Hold on. We got a little something for you.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yes.
Love.
Just a little something, you know.
Love is so
Something
much.
I wanted you to know how much we thought of you and that we were just so
Thank
excited to have you here this morning. We really are.
Yeah, and I was gonna sing happy birthday, but then I got scared.
Right?
got scared. I was like, I ain't gonna do that to myself.
Please don't be.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Dear JPaul.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Yes.
Happy birthday.
I love it.
Joy.
Yes, thank you.
And I love our 3-part harmony. That was actually cute.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a fall in.
Right,
Oh,
ladies
you
and
know.
gentlemen.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
always
ladies
gonna be a
and
fall
gentlemen.
in.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, that's when spirit meets spirit, ladies and gentlemen. And
Absolutely.
it has been a key this morning, ladies and gentlemen, talking to this man, a beautiful spirit. He is here in Atlanta, and he says y'all been all right to him.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad about it because I didn't want to have to meet y'all in these streets. Because I am not above it. I am not above it. But let's go ahead and ask some more questions and get to know JPaul.
Well, that last song, I had, you mentioned it was sexification, am I right?
Yes.
Now, in that song, you mentioned OnlyFans, and I just want to know where I can find yours. If you're going to mention it, I'm going to ask.
Because it's so available to everyone.
It is, okay.
And I'm not gonna be able to do it. I just have to be
understand.
honest about it. I'm not gonna be able to go that route.
Right.
But everyone that's on there, be blessed. I mean, they're making millions.
You know, I was saying the other day, and somebody said, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that." What's his name? Safari.
Yes.
And his ex-girlfriend. I said, y'all saw the babies get made on OnlyFans, right?
Yes.
I said, y'all saw it, right?
Really,
Come
though,
on.
man, all jokes
Right.
aside, yeah.
I was like, that's the show us the one. Not that I'm a subscriber. I'm just talking about it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the truth.
But tell us the one, because that's the one that needs to be up and in the front. But anyway,
Pinned.
Thank you. There are a lot of artists who are out there that have a subsequent income.
Yeah.
From OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Now, as a person, and we're not going to say no names, but how do you feel that? Do you think that that's a conflict of what their artistry is, or should be, or going to be?
Or is it a benefit?
Yeah,
I think it's a benefit once you introduce that in, because they're now becoming a part of a culture. And so just like back in the day, they used to have to bridge the color line. Now we're bridging sexification. We're bridging everything and bring it into our artistry. So why not make it a part of your artistry? You know, that's not what I choose, but to my brother that's doing it or my sister that's doing it, hell yeah. Fuck it up.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
I got. You know, I'm not mad at them. You know, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
And I like life, so my husband at home would be like, "What is we doing?"
Listen,
Okay.
What is?
I like life.
Right.
It's right there, period.
Right.
I like life.
I like life. So the OnlyFans is not for me. But hey, do what you do. Now let's talk about some of your influences, because we talked about earlier who some of your musical influences are. But when you are on stage, and people come to experience JPaul, which you're going to get everything. We're going to talk about that run that I've been practicing at the house. By the way. We're going to talk about it later on.
Okay.
But when they see JPaul on stage, what are you hoping that the audience takes away?
I hope that they feel authenticity. For me, just being myself, where I was raised in San Diego, California. San Diego, California.
When you sit from certain, it is San Diego.
San Diego. Such rich heritage there musically. So you have B. Slade. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You have Edward Baltrop, which is my uncle from Eddie Baltrop and the Voice of Fulfillment.
Really? Really?
I loved them.
Come on now. Lord, I love
God, that was my jam back in the day. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a moment. It was a moment.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
Rich heritage. So I carry that with me when I'm on stage with Mama Steph, when I'm doing the JPaul experience, when I'm with my family stems. I carry that with me. And the fact that we're able to bridge all of that together, and the audience comes up to me and they tell me that they feel the same thing, it doesn't matter what stage I'm on, that makes me know that I'm doing something right.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, we had our guest in here, Aaron Thomas.
Yes.
He was talking about, of course, you know, he stepped away from gospel for a while, and now he's back. And one of the things that he said was that I never left gospel. Gospel left me for a second.
Yeah.
And he had to really think about that thing and reprocess what gospel meant to him. And so now he's got a brand new single. How does that play into what you're doing? Is gospel always going to be a part of your process?
Always.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about my gospel album, y'all, and it hasn't even happened yet. Like, I'm living in it already.
Wow.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I
Walking
already
that
know.
thing.
I told my brother Kevin Terry, I said, oh, y'all are going to be the choir behind me. Remember when Daryl Coley did that and he had the super choir, Nashville super choir behind him, and it was a
You
whole
had the
album.
vision.
Yeah. I know what I want to do. You know, and I'm just going to do it.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I'm just going to be myself.
Is it giving live recording?
It's giving live recording.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I love live recording.
Oh, yeah.
They don't do that no more. That's
It's
early
giving
90s.
live
Yeah.
recording.
You know, that's the thing, since we're talking about it. What happened to the mass choir?
I don't know.
If it wasn't
COVID.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
then-
thank you for the answer,
There's
sir.
that. COVID happened. There it is.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
That's simple.
That's
Can't
it.
get together no
Well,
more.
yeah, there's that.
But Zoom me though.
Right?
We gonna sing.
And I wish the Zoom could sync up to where we could sing together, because you really can never. It's always a delay.
It's always a delay,
So
and
we
you
gonna have
gotta
to work on
piece
that
it.
technology. 'Cause we
Yeah.
need virtual choir.
Absolutely.
Come on, speak it into existence.
Yeah. Yes,
Seriously.
it's about that time.
Virtual choir is a thing.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Wow. So now, you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is JPaul. He's in the studio with us, and he is going to be with the one and only Stephanie Mills tonight. Tell the people where they can find you and get tickets and all that good stuff.
So we will be at the Downtown Commons. It's free for all. Just bring your mask and bring your love. And
Oh,
bring
it's
your
for the
good-
free?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that means get there early, children.
Hey.
It's going to be Donnell
gotta have
Jones, the Soul Cartel Band, Algebra. She'll be there.
Algebra Blessed. Okay, yes.
She's going to be there. And it starts at, I think we're going around 8:15, but it's from 5 to 9. Food and beverages on site. So y'all come on out, please.
And it's free for the people.
And it's free for the people.
All I want to say is, ladies and gentlemen, please do not throw those bottles and telephones at this concert. Do you see that's the new thing?
Yes.
What is that about?
I don't know what's going on in America, but it has to stop.
Yes.
We have to respect the stage. It's almost like the fourth wall when you're, filming and you're in Hollywood. Let's respect the stage, please.
Yeah.
Because we're very precious. The artists, we're very precious. And so, can you please love us like we are?
Yeah.
Because that's why you're there.
I mean, if you want to bring up your flowers to the stage, bring the flowers to the stage and let the artist. But don't, I didn't get it. I saw a clip of Lady Gaga. She was on the stage, and they were just pelting her with all this stuff.
I don't understand.
I'm like, and some bullet head is going to throw something that is going to cause
gonna
somebody.
hurt.
Yes.
But as the artist, you have to tell them. You have to stop that set
Immediately.
and say, excuse me, I love y'all and I know y'all love me. Please do not harass me while I'm performing this music for you.
Right.
That part.
I'm doing it for you.
Yeah, Kid Cudi had to do that recently. He had to
Yeah,
stop.
I
it.
respect that.
He's like, I'm out. Y'all not gonna do this to me. Yeah. So y'all better not throw nothing at Auntie Stephanie, because
Please.
this is a different crowd.
Because she gonna throw it right back at you, friends.
Oh, not only that, the nephews and nieces in the audience gonna get you.
That's the
Just-
thing.
Because she got a fan base and we don't play about her.
Hell yeah. No,
we
she's
don't.
not to be toyed with.
Not at
No,
all.
we do not.
Now let's talk about your new single,
Yes.
because it's out there, and I absolutely, first when I heard it, I said, okay, all right, okay. I see he was writing. He was in his bag right here, or whoever was writing this was in their bag. They was feeling this, and I was like, okay, where were they when they wrote this? Because they was like, I want you for me. Like, I want you to be for nobody else. You for me.
You for me.
You for me. We go together. We go together hard.
It's you for me. My brother Ralph Harmon, shout out to Ralph. I hope he's awake. I love you, Ralph. Ralph wrote that song, and he was telling me for a couple months, brother, I have a song for you. Because we were saying, we're going to Atlanta. Ralph has been writing for years. He's not new to the game at all. And we actually got here, started working on the album, and then I think it was one day after we started, I woke up the next morning and Ralph had sent me the voice note. He sent me the lyrics, and I said, okay, perfect. And I sent it right to Daniel, and he got started. He said, oh yeah, this is it. And I said, it's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
It's a hit, y'all. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so it was seamless, and he wrote it for me and my husband.
Wow. Before we leave, and I wanted to get to that, but I didn't know how I was going to transition to that as an artist, especially now, and especially with platforms like WERUradio, shameless plug, that gives a platform to open and honest, authentically living LGBTQ artists. Do you think that terrestrial radio, or regular radio, or traditional radio, R&B radio, will receive you as the artist, or will they say, but? And how do you feel about that?
Yes, they will receive me. Yes, they will, because they don't have a choice. I'm going to come in there as myself, you know? And it's 2022. We're breaking down barriers that should have been broken down 50 years ago, 25 years ago. And so now that we're waking up as ourselves and now presenting the music, and it's a formula. The music really is a formula. So you have Michael Kilgore, you have Duran Bernard, you have Avery Wilson. All these guys are out here with formulas.
Yes.
You know, and they're bringing it to the table.
You just named like the Holy
The way
Trinity,
he
right?
dropping these names, like they're not like, and do such grace and humility.
Yeah, because they're things,
Yeah.
and they have the formula. And so when we walk into the radio stations and to the promoters and to the building, to the concert halls, we walk in as ourselves, and you have no other choice but to accept us fully as we are.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You know, you have a lot of confidence, and I admire that in you greatly. I think that it's imperative to have, not just as an artist, but I think in this day and age, as a black man, to just be so confident is an amazing thing. And so I'm happy to hear that. But I know that there was a walk to becoming this confident man. Yeah. And I want to talk a little bit. I know we were on our break. We were talking about how you came to Atlanta before, you left, and you came back. And I want to talk a little about those 20s, those younger years. What can you tell me a little bit about some of what you've gone through to become so confident? How did you get all of this sauce?
It was a struggle. You know, when I moved from from San Diego to DC, I was really running away from my church. It was a lot of church hurt. You know,
talk about church hurt.
To be honest, it was a lot of church hurt, and it was intentional and unintentional at the same time, because, you know, 10, 15 years ago, we weren't as open as we are now, where we can just really sit and talk about the issues.
Right.
I was being talked around and talked, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And so my now husband, we were dating then, and he saw something in me.
Really?
And immediately he would bring his camera and start filming me. And I'm just up in the pulpit, you know, being a praise and worship leader or directing my choir, and that started causing an issue. I would have never thought that would have been the thing that people started focusing now on me and what I'm doing and how I'm showing up, and I was just being myself. I've been so like this since I've been in my church, and so it was weird. It was so weird for me, but I knew that I had something that they couldn't take away.
That part.
So I just took myself away.
Ooh, you leave the table when love is no longer being served.
Yeah, it's just time to go.
Wow,
That's all.
And you know that's a hard place for some people to be.
Yeah.
You know, because we want to stay in a place and make you love us.
Make you love me,
and
and try to force you, you know, for everything I've done. And I said, oh, you know what? Everything I did it because I want to do it. I will still go back and do it, but I can't do that right now. I would not be sitting here if I had not left there in that season.
Isn't that powerful? The idea that you have to walk away sometimes to find yourself and to really grow away from that thing that you thought was the thing.
Absolutely. You
That's
thought it was the
awesome.
thing.
Yes.
Because at that state in that season, it was the thing.
It was the thing.
But there were so many other things.
Ooh.
There were so many other things that God has.
Reason, a season, or a lifetime.
You preaching today, sir. You preaching today.
He is.
We preaching. Now, before you give the benediction, before you give the altar call, tell people how they can find you on social media.
You can find me at JPaul86 on Instagram, the JPaul Experience on TikTok, and just JPaul on Facebook.
Oh, before you go, There's this run you do.
Oh, get him.
On that Tevin Campbell. Let me get the camera. Let me look at the camera. There's this run that he does when he sings "Can We Talk." Now, Tevin Campbell, you know we love you anytime you want to come to this table.
Oh, my goodness.
If I could just sit at the feet.
That's the thing.
Rasan Patterson.
Hell yes.
Tevin Campbell.
Let's call the names.
B. Slade.
Yes.
All of those babies that.
Oh, my God. The maestros.
You know, that paved the way.
Maestros.
That put their foot in the door and held it open for everybody to come through.
Absolutely.
Anytime they want to come.
Dave Hollister. I just needed to put his name in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he could be in the space. He could be in the space. But I want to say that run, I was walking around my house trying to do it, and I'd be like, "Don't look at me. Don't judge me." My husband is like, "Why do you keep doing that?" Because I'm trying. But there's this run that he does, and if you can find it in your throat to do it.
It's on the second verse, right?
Talk,
something like that.
Yes, that was it. Something like that.
Something like that.
Something exactly that.
I'm sick of you.
That was amazing.
I'm sick of you.
And just on command like that. But that's how you know that you really, really are in your season. And you know what? Everything that you told me today has made it very clear that your anointing has made room for you. And I am just so blessed to, in this moment, be around you and experience you in your season, in your moment. And I speak nothing but great things for you.
Thank you so much.
Great things.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And now here is the latest single from the one and only JPaul. I love this jam. Please add it to your playlist. Tell your mom and them to play it at the barbecue.
Everywhere.
Everywhere you go. It's all on all streaming platforms. And then go to his Facebook or go to YouTube and look up the JPaul Experience. I promise you, once you see this man live, it's done. It's over. It's a wrap. If you are still a doubter, if you do not become a convert, a believer, you got a hole in your soul. We're gonna pray for you.
I want you.
In the meantime, here is You For Me from JPaul right here on the We Are You Morning Crew. Hey y'all.
Let's go.
Download the We Are You radio app. Turn it up loud. Use the shout out feature to talk directly to your favorite station. It's available on your app store. Search WERU Radio, one word, today.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those of you who have yet to make up your mind, and you really don't have to, it is the We Are You Morning Crew, and we are here ready to let you in on the sizzling subjects and the trending topics. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the Lioness here with me. Good morning, my love.
Good morning, George. How you feeling?
I am feeling great, grand and glorious. You know how this goes.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
I know how it goes. I know the score.
And we have the birthday boy himself, JPaul, is in the house. Now, I thought we were going to be done in an hour. You know, I thought, this man's got to go. He's got things to do.
You know, nobody's really down for the cause usually.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're still here. And we're still talking about stuff.
Oh, yes, we are.
So let's talk. Let's talk. Can we talk?
Can we talk?
Oh my God, let's talk. Let's talk.
Let's talk about
it. So recently, let me make sure you're on. Oh, there you go. All right. Recently, we had a little bumble, a little stumble with a certain vocalist who is a mentor and to a lot of us. I'm not going to say her name until you're ready to say her name. But she was up in the pulpit and she said a couple of things that people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she said it." But I was like, that is who she is, girl. That's who that girl is.
She made it funny and the people didn't find it funny.
There was no ha-ha after the funny.
There was no ha-ha on the funny. So do you know who we're talking about?
I'm so glad that you brought it up. Because guess who I ran into at the airport yesterday on my way here? Auntie Kim.
First of all, Kim Burrell, hold on, let me talk to the Kim. Kim Burrell, you know I love you. I met her several times. When I worked in Nashville, met her several times. A beautiful spirit.
Oh my God,
funny as heck.
Yes.
So sweet.
Absolutely.
But I want to hear your take on it.
So I just met Kim recently. I'm still doing hair a little bit. And one of my sisters.
Did you hook her up?
Yes.
Let me hold on. Let me get the camera back.
Way.
Blessings.
B.
Because baby.
Blessings. Hopefully the anointing flows.
Yeah, no, we talked about it yesterday. But because I'm with Stephanie and I'm out, a lot, sometimes when Kim is in town, she'll call us. It's last minute and I'm not able to service her. But, I'm always going to try because Kim Burrell is Kim Burrell.
Of course. It's Kim
You know what I mean?
It's
Kim
auntie.
Burrell. And any time that I'm able to service Kim Burrell, I am going to humbly with the best spirit ever. But about this last situation, Auntie Kim really is a hoot, y'all. She is a hoot, and I learned that when having that time with her. You know, and I was telling Jimmy when she came to the house, and my salon is in my basement. My husband has blessed me that I don't have to leave. Okay, I don't have to leave, and so
thank you, husband.
Thank you. We grateful. And when she came to the house, I told Jimmy, I was like, well, I don't know what to expect, you know, because she's a legend, and I'm used to being with legends, but I didn't know what to expect. And y'all, she was so awesome. Wow. Throughout the whole time period of me doing her hair, I kept telling Jimmy, I was like, I love her. I was like, I love her. Like, she's exactly what I knew she was going to be. Wow. You know? And Everlasting Life is always playing in all of our minds.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so to be able to pin both things together, and it's like, oh, wow, she really is the auntie that we all need. I just told her that yesterday, but guess what else I whispered in her ear? I said, why are you so damn funny? You are so damn funny, because she is. But I think all of us, post-2020, I talk about it all the time. We're learning new ways of relating. Yeah. And as an artist, now we're stepping into the audience. And we're kind of bridging. We just talked about it before. We're kind of bridging and taking that wall down. And so I think we're learning. The audience is learning us. And so we're kind of learning to curve ourselves just a little bit. You know, and when it's appropriate, I'll be this person. And then when my time is appropriate here, I'll be this person. But I'm never going to lose who I am. I don't ever want her to lose who she is. Right. Do I want Auntie Kim to do a live at the Copacabana type of situation where she makes us laugh and then sings us down?
Because you know who was really good at that? Vicky Winans was the master of that.
Now. Yes. Come on.
She was the she would make you laugh, and let me bless you. Let me bless you real quick.
And she never lost a sweat.
Yeah.
And I don't think Auntie Kim is losing a sweat, but she is. She just is. And so I want to see her come into like a new phase now where it's like, you know what? I'm not worried about pulpits and callers and all of that. I can just go be Kim Burrell because there's so many layers to who she is, and she has so much wisdom, y'all.
I think you know, and being a fan of her, and I'll let you speak on it too as well, Linus. But being a fan of hers and being around her, having the experience of talking to her, interviewing her, all that stuff, I realized that sometimes we in this where everybody had the controversy. Sometimes you're in your funny and you're in your zone and you forget. You're like, oh, well, that might not have flown right here. It was a good one, and some of them were good. Oh my god! And in different place, it would have gotten a lot of laughs. Absolutely. I think that when you're cultivating this, and like you said, when you're cultivating this new part of your personality and offering this to your audience, it's still a learning process. Yeah. What do I give? What do I hold back? And I think that was the moment where she was like, I ain't mean to her because I was being funny, and she was hilarious.
She was being herself
with the microphone.
Yeah, she was being herself.
But I think sometimes we have to. It's a learning process. Absolutely, it's new.
And the audience has to learn to forgive.
Say it again, sir.
The audience has to learn to forgive. When we're expecting that you're going to say something that's going to offend, then when you say something that looks like an offense, I'm already offended. You came in offended though. Let's work that out before you try to sit here and be blessed, because no matter how she can sing, I come to you more, you know what I mean? Or whatever song she's going to go into, are you ready to receive it? For real, for real. Are you ready? Or are you just looking? You know what I mean?
Were you waiting for that moment?
Yeah. Are you waiting to be offended?
Right, right. That's good, sir.
That's a conversation as well.
Yeah. Good, sir. What's your take, Linus?
You know, I agree. I think Kim Burrell was in a moment being vulnerable with her audience, and I feel like it wasn't received well. And I feel like you said, I think there's an element of forgiveness that needs to be had by a larger community. I do think that, you know, it's one of those things. She's going to have people that are going to love her and that are going to want to forgive, and then there's some people that are just, their hearts are not there. And I'm glad that she's at least at a place where she has people around her that can affirm her to be more of herself. I feel like that's what we need out of our gospel artists. We need their personality. Yes. We need to know who they are. So shout out to Kim Burrell. You know, keep at it. You know, I think it's a thing. You're a legend as is. So this is just a moment. For sure.
Yeah.
A teachable moment.
A teachable.
For all of us.
I love a teachable moment.
Say that. And now this is me talking. This is not JPaul talking. This is me talking. Auntie, I just want to say this. When you give an apology Just saying, honey. When you say I apologize, you don't say but. You don't say if. You just say
or however.
I apologize that I move on. Even if you don't feel fully in the moment that you were offensive, the fact that someone speaks that they were offended, because if it offends my brother, then you have to apologize. And I think that's for everyone, anybody, not just Kim.
Absolutely.
There is never a condition placed on an apology.
Yeah.
So if I hurt you, Jay, if I said something to you, Lioness, if I said something to you, young man over here, what's your name again, baby? Jimmy. That's the lost child. We lost Jimmy for a minute. But he came back.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
With all power in his hands.
Yes.
Hey, and they're bringing gifts.
But if I offend you, the words should always be, I apologize that I hurt you. And if I still believe I didn't, let me go back and play that moment back in my head.
Yeah.
Let me figure out. But it is not for me to condition the hurt that you felt. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah,
I particularly around that apology, I think there was a legal aspect, because there's a part of her that wanted to also, because she also is being attacked behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There is the trolling, and I think she wanted to address that as well, and I think she wanted to do it together. But I think I agree with you. I think maybe the apology was one statement, and then the legal disclaimer, I'm gonna sue all of y'all that's talking about me, that's a separate statement. That's a separate tweet.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not the same one. So
And she is a spicy meatball.
Yes. But she's had to be, though. Women in the industry, they have it very hard. Whether it's gospel, whether it's R&B, whether it's country, they have it very hard. And when you can do something that no one else can do.
And when you've been that girl for all of these years, for so many artists, when Beyonce and Justin Timberlake and Kelly Rowland and everybody's, who's your mentor? Who do you look? Kim Burrell.
Whitney Houston.
Kim Burrell. I mean, so she is that girl. Never gonna take that from her. Never gonna take that from her. But now let's go back to you.
Yes,
some of your mentors, and we were talking about the papas, the ones who put their foot in the door and held the door open for everybody, that's for the Saucy Santanas and the Big Fridas and all those kids that are running through the door now. For me, back in the day, there was this show that played every Saturday morning. Walk with me, sir.
Okay.
There was a show that played every Saturday morning, and it started like this: Kids Incorporated, KIDS.
Why did I fall right in? Right. Oh, that's embarrassing.
No, it ain't.
Oh, I knew it.
That's good.
Okay.
And there was this little black boy. Every Saturday morning, I was like, he is me.
Yeah.
I didn't know him. I said, he is me, and I am him. And I would sit there transfixed on the kid. That was his name on the show. On the kid. And then years later, when BET used to play good music, I said it. When BET used to play good music back in the day, there was this video. And the baby stopped by. Video was out. And he had all the afro and the glasses. And he was out. And I was like, oh, that's him. And in that moment, he is me.
Yeah.
I am him.
Yeah.
Tell me about how he is one of those people that you look at and say, okay, my God, is he?
So he sent me a message. I think it was during 2020.
And if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Rasan Patterson is on Talk About.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. He sent me a message as I was doing my vinyls, getting my vinyls, and I sent him a picture. And I told Jimmy Monet, I said, y'all, Rasan Patterson just sent me a message like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
What did I do to deserve this?
Yeah, what's going on? And we started talking about collection and vinyls and music. And I just was like, when you're able to, just like you said, connect, he is me. For years, I have listened to Rasan, and I still have one song that I have not sang yet, but I plan on singing it. But all this wealth of music that he's given us while being himself, he never changed, you know? And now he's open and talking about the experiences that he's had for writing for different people and helping Tevin and kind of being his friend and going through that. He is a marshal at the door. You know, musically, in this LGBT experience, like, Rasan is a marshal at the door, and he's so approachable and touchable and still gifted and still secluded. He's not all the way out. He's not on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Right. He's still Rasan Patterson, but he's able to connect to what's going on today. He's so aware, and I think that that's so cool.
And he's one of the people I have yet to see live. Every time he's in town, I'm working. You know, I
haven't seen
Just
him
so
live
happened to
either,
fall
but
that way, huh?
I've studied those YouTubes.
I do.
Yeah.
You know, I do. That's whenever I do every year, every 5 years for my birthday, I do a concert for people, and he's always on the playlist. He's always one of those people. But dadgummit, what was I about to say? I was about to say something. So he has a new album out.
Yes.
The remixes.
Okay.
Sing about the blasttion.
Let me
Yes. Yeah, it is the what is the last album? It's Reimagined.
Yes.
And so it's all the Sent from Heaven album. All of those songs have been remixed.
Ooh.
And he's not playing with the kids.
From heaven.
Oh my God. Let me do that one first, and we're just gonna love on you, Rasan, right now.
Yeah, please.
At this moment. So Sent from Heaven was my jam, but that's what I was gonna say. My dream concert. Let me speak this into the universe.
Speak it.
Stokely,
Yes.
Rasan Patterson, and B. Slade. And now that I have met you, JPaul.
Yeah.
Just let me open up a you for me, and then I'm gonna go to the background and sing BGVs.
And I want the tour to be called 3 More Damn Tenors.
Okay.
That's the tour. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
3 more damn
You
double.
said Stokely, Rasan Patterson, who else?
And
B. Slade.
B. Slade.
B. Slade.
Yeah.
And the tour is going to be called 3 More Damn Tenors. Yeah, they're gonna wear you out. That's gonna be.
Yes, they are.
That's gonna be church. That's gonna be everything you need. If
It's
you
gonna be real life.
Yes.
They're gonna
That's
talk
what I
about
want to see.
real life.
Now this is the single that was from Rasan Patterson's last project, and then we're gonna go to the reimagined version of "It Ain't Love." We'll talk about that and give you a little bit of music. This is the We Are You Morning Crew. It's right here. I am George. That is the Lioness. Our guest this morning is JPaul. We're just having a good time. Hope you're having a great day. Good morning.
Now, word on the curb is you're also a performer and a singer as well. And we were talking in the break, and you two were talking about how you collaborate and how y'all work musically. Can we talk a little bit about that? Jay, tell us about that. What is it like working with someone like Jimmy who got the pipes too?
I don't want to cry, okay? I'm just putting that out there right now. But growing up, I tell them this all the time. I always wanted to have like a twin brother and 2 twin sisters that we could all just sing, and we were all in sync. And I never knew that these years later, God would bring me like-minded people like Jimmy and Monet, who we get it. And when I tell you y'all fall in, like it's literally a fall in. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what we're singing, it doesn't matter what we're writing, it doesn't matter what vibe, the mood, we fall in. Wow. So we want to write a gospel song, let's fall in. Okay, we want to do this country thing, let's fall in. Yeah. You know, we just fall into each other. Let's fall in.
That's awesome.
And it's about being teachable, but also being the master of your craft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Because we stay learning from each other.
Absolutely.
I think that is a key. And some of the greatest musical collaborations, like we think about those super power producing teams, it really is a vibe, and you can't fake that.
No.
You have to organically have that connection. Yes.
You gotta live it.
And I can definitely tell between you two that you definitely have that connection. You have such a loving spirit. Now, I know you're an artist yourself and you're behind the scenes working. Was that different for you, or do you yourself have aspirations on being on the other side of that?
No, because I see what it takes. So for me, no, I enjoy the art of music.
Yeah, okay.
I don't necessarily want to be. I've been singing for years.
But you're never not gonna sing. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. But I love doing the business part. I love producing. So I love writing. So being in the studio or even doing live concerts and stuff like that's a passion of mine. Just to kind of just be working the scene and creating. I love working on vocals for the lead artist. So I'm everything behind the scenes because I don't prefer necessarily to be out in the forefront trying to perform. Like it takes a lot, and that's why my hat goes off to anybody that does it. It's a lot of work.
That's an interesting thing. I think there is something to be said for the skill set of being behind the scenes. That's an anointing in and of itself, right? Like the ability to be able to multitask, the humble spirit that you have to be in service to other people.
Absolutely.
I mean, the personality to manage, critical situations. Yes. Yeah. So that's a skill set, and I guess you can sing and you can manage. Huh?
So it works out.
It works out. Yeah.
I always know, like even when we're doing the shows, because I always know what's going on because I'm a musician myself. Yeah. So I'm able to kind of guide my artists that I work with through the whole situation because I really do know it.
Good for you. Good for you. That's good stuff.
Well, I have a question for you, JPaul. Now, besides this man right here beside me, this wonderful right hand you have here, what else do you need in the studio that is something that assists you in your musical process?
an amazing producer and an amazing engineer. I am in school right now actually learning music production. I'm going to Berkeley online.
Wow.
And because I told Jimmy and Monet going into making the album, I said I want to know every part. I may not be able to master it quickly, but I promise you I'm going to get there. I want to be able to engineer and not lose what we have with Daniel, but he's helped me want to learn. You know what I mean? So watching my brother, who he's musically gifted, just like we are. He can sing, he can play, but that engineering side, he knows how to craft vocals, and that is... It's a superpower. It's a superpower, especially when you're dealing with real vocalists. You're not dealing with...
Say that part again out loud for the people in the back.
Real vocalists, real musicians, real talent. There's real gifts out here. And we see them every day on Instagram. They're popping up. And I know what we have, and I want to be able to offer this to the new kids that are coming, that they're so used to singing for a minute on Instagram or a 30-minute clip. And I'm like, there's so much more that you have, baby. And so I know that there's things that we need to give them. I just want to go to school to learn the things that I need to learn. So when you go to the studio, to go back to your question, you need an amazing producer. You need an amazing You need an amazing engineer.
Amazing.
You're so damn amazing.
He's working magic.
Yeah, he's working magic. That amazing magic.
Yeah.
And you need. I mean, of course, you need your colas, and you need your tea. You need, you need to be the high or drunk, whichever one you want to do. We're gonna be high, just to be honest with you.
Okay.
But
thank you for sharing.
Yeah, just a little bit. But you gotta have your essentials.
Yes.
These are my essentials.
So those are the essentials when you're in your studio, because for some people they gotta have the lights low, they have to have some candles, they have that certain tea or whatever, but you gotta have that. You gotta have that.
I need my stems
and his boots.
Yeah, now I have to have my
something about his boots.
Something about them boots. It's a specific pair? It's a
Yes.
specific pair of boots.
Yeah.
What kind of boots are they?
They are the 70s platform.
Shut up, that's your boot?
Yeah. Like,
got a studio boot?
I have to be in my boot if I'm going to sing. And y'all, all the things that you're hearing, that all these things on these songs, Jimmy is like, now do this. I don't know how to do it. Put on your boots.
Oh,
Shut up, you have a magic boot.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Legit.
I have a magic stiletto. I thought I was the only one.
Legit.
Shut up.
well now if you were to today go into the studio and you had your druthers, use that word if you like, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorites.
We'll take that and put that in the thesaurus.
Yes, and you had your druthers to work with anyone, living or dead, who would that be?
Tevin Campbell.
And why?
That makes sense.
Tevin has so much more to talk about.
Because he's been saying, can he talk for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Y'all
And
not letting him talk.
there's so much music. You are so funny.
I'm sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. There's so much more music living in him. He went through a lot.
Yeah.
He went through a lot.
Yeah.
And now that he's come out on the other side, oh my God.
I remember that whole tragedy unfolding because I was working in radio back in the day. Don't look at me. I know I look young and everything. But I remember the news report coming about and the whole scandal that followed. And that young man was just so young.
Yes.
And back then he probably didn't have the support system the way he needed
they
it.
let him down.
No.
Yeah.
And they just let him go.
It was the opposite.
They just dropped that baby. And in the back of my mind, knowing my experiences and not being able to share that on the radio, because back in the day,
You couldn't be who you are.
it was toxic masculinity, you know. You couldn't share your affinity or love for that person and wondering what would happen. And I know in that moment, people let that man down. And, and there was so much that he had to get from the people around him. And even then, you were like, I love you, but I can't let everybody know.
I love you, but I can't talk about it.
And that's the sick part.
You know what I mean? And there were no hashtags. There was no going on live just to have a moment for yourself where you can talk and see and build energy online. There was none of that. He had to deal with that by himself.
Alone.
That's why would I not, coming from where I've come from, where I've dealt with it on a different scale, be able to uplift him in this new season.
That's very powerful, Tabby Campbell. Wow.
Yes.
So, you know, music is such a bedrock of your personality. I could just, you ooze it through your pores. You sing every chance you can get. I mean, we were going to try to see if we could talk you into singing today. We can't get you to stop. And that's a blessing. No, that is a blessing. Very few artists come with it, you know?
Yeah.
My point there is, though, if you weren't a musician, let's take all of that away, what would be your passion?
It would still be hair.
It would be hair.
Yeah. Hair has helped me bridge a lot of my life. It's been a lot of therapy for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I didn't want to sing, when I moved to D.C., I stopped singing
When did you start doing hair?
at the age of 12.
Wow. See, I knew it had to start early.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
early. And my mother would, and we know, my mother would go to the salon and she would tell the hairdresser or whoever, if my child can't sit in here and watch you because he's going to do this.
Come on.
He's
Yeah.
gonna, and that's literally what she would do. And if they wouldn't let me sit there, she would go to somebody else.
That's awesome that your mama knew
Yeah.
that she needed to pour into
She
that.
knew he was gonna sing and he gonna do hair, and so she was pouring constantly. Even when and my mother was the type
mother's
that
love.
you would go to the salon and she'd be in a knockdown, drag out prophecy of come on, mama. And I'm like, Mom, you're supposed to be getting hair wash.
But
I'm
God had a
tired."
plan.
Yeah, but she was being herself. And so now me and my clients, we have such great connections. It's like they can't let me go. I can't let them go. And I'm like, y'all got to go sing. But they're like, no. It's a close bond.
Yeah.
It's a close bond. And so I cherish it. I would do hair for the rest of my life. I still want to sing.
Well, now for
But-
those here wondering what your specialties are in the hair game, you know, what do you do? What is your specialty? Are you wigologist? Are
Colors.
you come on,
Cut.
colorist?
You know, natural hair.
A new color.
Yeah.
cut.
Wait,
Natural
you do
hair.
real hair?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
do
some of
real
these
hair.
stylists only do wigs.
Yeah.
Now you do
Now,
hair.
I do wigs and all of those
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
but I want to get into your scalp so I can know what's going on. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I got
it's a
natural hair, and I'm just
connection.
listening like, oh,
It's
girl.
a connection. Let me see what's
no,
going
for real.
on.
No, we would definitely have a conversation. You have an amazing energy, and you know, I think he got growing hands, ladies. I just want to see what this is giving.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
Oh, thank you so much for answering my questions, George. Did you have any further?
Well, you know, I'm good because I do my own hair, so. Yeah. I might need a little color somewhere, but I'm good. I'm good. So,
love it.
So again, tonight you will be at the. I forgot the name of it already, but
Excuse me, I'm
it's
sorry.
in East Point. It starts at
Yes.
5:00. It's absolutely free, and you need to bring your own lawn chair. Do not bring your own drinks. They got drinks and food for you for y'all.
Downtown Commons.
That's right, the
Yep.
Downtown Commons. Thank you for
Yep.
helping me with that because you know I'm not as young as I look. I know.
Absolutely. It's the Wind Down Wednesday in the Point.
Okay,
Yep.
wine down Wednesday, baby. That. Oh, so I guess you can bring your wine. I guess you can.
Yeah, you can bring it.
Bring your
Bring
wine.
your things that are going to make you love and have peace and joy, because that's what we bring in.
Amen.
That's what we're singing about. We're singing about the
Yeah.
power of love tonight.
Yes, yes, God, because Auntie
Yeah.
Stephanie,
Yo, yeah.
Stephanie Mills. If you didn't know, if you're just tuning
The
in,
queen.
Yes, he sings back up for her, and so being around her, you know, he's Here's a question: who's on your playlist right now?
That's a good question.
I know
I woke up this morning listening to Edwin.
Hawkins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to listen to Edwin. But also a little Prince. I have a little Aretha. Kim's new song, Working for Your Good. Shout out to Auntie Kim, new single. I have Sylvester, You Make Me Feel.
Come on.
Real. I have a Miss Nikita Fox. He Kept Me. She sings with the Kirk Carr Singers. Amazing. Shalea, Final Say.
Okay.
Love is the final say. Oh, y'all don't ever play with her.
Yes, and we won't play
Don't
with you
play
neither,
with
yeah.
her.
We have been warned. We understand, sir. We have warned.
Properly warned.
I have the Emotions. I have Lizzo. I have the Queen, Anita Wilson. She has a new album, Soul Sister. Y'all, come on.
First of all, Anita Wilson is the friggin' truth.
Yes, she is. She's the GOAT.
If you don't listen to gospel at all, you can trust me. Put
Yeah, put
Anita
it on.
Put Anita Wilson on. You gonna be all right.
Yeah, you're gonna be all right.
You will be well
You gonna
served.
be all right.
My what was the song? She talks about being on the plane.
When you never do anything else, you have done so much for me.
Yes, God.
Keep doing what you're doing.
And when Avery Wilson comes in on that background, I'm not Avery Wilson, Avery Sunshine. Yes, God.
Yes, on that album,
yes,
it's so good.
Woo.
She has Anasia Figueroa. She has Bishop Yvette Flunder on that album.
Yes, yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, the album is everything.
Yeah,
the album is everything.
Yes.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all get gospel on Sunday from 10 until 2.
This is the experience.
Yes, this is the JPaul experience. When is the podcast coming out? See, I spoke
Come on and speak that thing into existence, because you know he got one coming.
Yes,
we've been talking about that.
Okay,
yes.
good.
So if you ever need a seat to practice, just come on.
Thank you, brother.
Come on through. No,
appreciate it.
Seriously.
No, seriously.
Come on.
You don't extend that to everybody. All right.
I appreciate it.
Amen. The oil has flown this morning.
Thank you.
Y'all can call it the JPaul Stems experience.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Write
Send me
that
my
down.
10%. Send me my 10%.
Check.
All right. Again,
Amazing.
Before we go again, what is it that they can do to get in touch with you and tell us about the album and all of that stuff?
The album will be out. It's going to be called Post 2020. Hashtag Post 2020. I'm talking about all the things that we need to talk about post 2020. How life has changed and it will never be the same again. But we still need each other even more now than we did before. So how do we connect with each other? They say, I want you to be there when I wake up in the morning. To stay here with me even when it's stormy. Yeah, that's how we connect. I have another song on the album. It's called Waves, written by my husband. And the chorus says, don't trouble the waters, catch a wave, take a ride. Nothing's gonna kill my vibe today.
Catch a wave, take a ride.
Yeah, we have a song on there written by my brother Corey Thomas called LIE.
Okay.
And it talks about love, but love isn't enough to sustain the we.
Yes.
Oh, you do. You know what? This is so funny. But before we go, and I know you got something to say. We'll extend the time. But I was in a what's that thing on Twitter where they talk on the thing? Y'all know what I'm
the Twitter group rooms.
The chat rooms.
Yeah, the little. So Brian Michael Cox.
Yes.
Was on Spaces. Ding ding ding. Thank y'all. Y'all know I'm not as young as I look. Leave me alone. But Brian Michael Cox was in there, and I think he was with They Have the Range.
Yes.
And one other person, because I want to make sure that, but they were the hosts, and they were talking about toxic R&B.
Yeah.
And I was like, first of all, didn't know it had a name, but I did know that everybody just wants to be in that space and stay hurt and talk about, you hurt me and I'm depressed and I got anxiety and I don't want to love nobody and I want to love myself no more. Leave me alone. Go close the doors. Turn off the lights. I don't want to wake up tomorrow.
And then I never loved you.
Right.
After all that, I never loved you.
And I was like, that is a thing, and that is what a lot of the artists are on.
Yeah.
They're in that space, and their music is in that space. And what I'm hearing from you and artists like Bruno Mars and I don't want to say real musicians, but I'm saying real musicians that are out there making real music and talking about real life experiences. And you can have the part where you weren't in love, but after that, you got to come out of that.
Yeah, you have to come out of that. And the next song on the album after LIE is called Wait For Me. And that line says, I had to wait for me until I can see the many things that I can be, but I can't get there until I get there. Wait for me until I can see the many things that I can be, and I will get there. I will get there.
Oh, I was just listening to you sing.
I will get there.
You there already.
You know what I mean?
I feel like
so. You can't stop in the LIE and talking about the love. No, I have to find a space for me.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
It is an experience.
It's an experience.
So before we let you go, we always ask this question of our guests, and I think it's a very relevant question because it really gets to the heart of the person. So the question is, if you could talk to yourself at 18, 19 and look back at that person and you would walk up to yourself in the street, what would you say to yourself?
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be
okay. At the end of Be Grateful, Walter said, for it will be all right. It's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right.
That's all you need to know. It's going to be all right.
Amen. You know,
That's
that's
all.
amazing. You pouring into your younger self that way. And I think
Yeah.
that's what we all needed to hear.
Yeah.
It's going to be
It's
okay.
gonna be okay.
It's going to be all right. It is going to be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, look out for this man. He is going to be a superstar.
He is. He's already one.
He is going to be a
Bless you.
superstar, ladies and gentlemen. JPaul, his music is in all platforms right now. Make sure that you check it
absolutely.
out.
The JPaul experience.
Look for him. I'm telling you, follow him on the Insta, follow him on the Tick and the Talk.
Yes.
You know, those cousins are out there. Everybody is on them. So just go ahead and do that. We got to get on up and get on out of here. Remember, respect one another. It costs you absolutely nothing. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Thank you, everyone, to listening under the sound of our voice. This is the We Are You Morning Crew, and I'm the Lioness. That is George Daigle. Good morning.
Good morning.
Download the We Are You Radio app. Turn it up loud. Use the shout out feature to talk directly to your favorite station. It's available in your app store. Search WERU Radio, one word, today.